Still the 31st, and we're rolling on to part 2. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We are taking some pages from the Mad Hatter book. You combat far with far, correct? Cool. These people, if we apply to their empathy, doesn't work because they don't have any. Okay, if we ask them to care about communities that are marginalized, doesn't matter. Those are the people they love to hate. Applying to their humanity or asking them to care about something other than themselves will not work. And I'm surprised anyone is still trying that. That's not how you do it. You have to get on their level. Yes, I know. It means we have to get immature and play in the mud with them, but that's the only way it gets to them. Remember how we did all that telling them what was coming and they didn't listen to us, but they responded to being called weird? And that was the thing. Oh, they're calling us weird. How dare they? They called us trash people. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing we've ever heard in our lives. Okay. The names they were calling Joe Biden and the vice president, and they were hurt to the bone by being called weird and trash. They were circulating photos of the vice president on her knees, and they were, how dare someone call us weird? Okay? So, we aren't mobilized because we care so much about marginalized communities. We're mobilized because we're protecting American life. You hear it? You hear it, don't you? Sounds like them, doesn't it? Okay? So we're not fighting for these rights or these rights or these rights, because then they start debating and going, well, what about that right? So we're taking all that away. We're not talking about persons of color and mass deportation and having empathy and getting them to feel it. No. We're protecting American life from a regime that took out Americans. We are protecting American life because the current administration does not care. The all-white male, the all-white straight religious male regime immediately created an issue that caused a collision that hasn't happened in over 16 years. During all of the DEI administrations, none of this happened. Yet as soon as a bunch of straight white religious men got in control, we have the first collision in 16 years. And what do? Run to the executive office to write an order declaring that they are not to blame. It's the president from 10 years ago and black people and people with disabilities. That's why. So yeah, we are protecting American life. We are protecting American life. That is what we are doing. Do you hear it and do you understand? We're not pushing the empathy. We're protecting marginalized communities. We are fighting for American life because we are the patriots. Now that you've got that, let's talk about the pathways, right, that I mentioned the other day, because I see it as 4 paths for the folks who are like, okay, what do we do? There are the folks who want to leave. And let me start this with this. I know that there are people that will not be able to participate in different options. That's why I'm giving different options. Please do not run into the comments to tell me that it's privileged for people to move or that it's impossible for you to participate in a boycott. Like, I understand. You don't have to declare it in the comments that this is something you personally can't do and would never do, and it's not fair that someone's suggesting it. That's why we have options. And that's why I'm saying this in front of it. I understand that not everyone can do everything, hence the options. Okay, so for the folks that are like, I'm just leaving. Cool. I'm not. But yes, if you wanted to go to Canada or what have you, then do that. Absolutely. Do that and do what you can from there. I know Canada's opening up asylum. They have special asylum for influencers that have political differences from the administration. So that is an avenue. If you're going to leave, I would encourage you to continue being as loud as possible online and getting what's going on out to the world to help the folks that are still here. Leaving also includes folks that plan on migrating to blue states. California is one that's looking into becoming its own country. Yes, I know the current petition says on the 28 ballot, and you know how I feel about that. There's not going to be a 26 or 28 ballot. But my point in sharing that legislation is that people are already motivated to do something. And if we need to do something and bump it up, then we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, but that is is something. The staycation strike people. This is one that I'm a huge fan of because hitting the pockets always does something. These people feel it when you hit the pockets. COVID was a great example of how easily everything crumbles if people just stay home. So while I know it's not possible for everyone to just stay home, that is one of the biggest things we can do, is minimize the shopping, the going out, the participating in the capitalism, in giving these people the money that is funding them to oppress us. We're literally now paying for our oppression via our tax dollars and by everything we do in our everyday life. Every penny we spend and pay now is funneled to the same people. The same people collecting the checks from all the corporations are also collecting checks from the government now. They are taking all of our money. All right? So that is a main way to knock that out. And when we say the staycation, that means in any way you can. All right? You might not be able to avoid shopping at Walmart or shopping at Amazon, but you can avoid certain brands. Or you can, you know what I'm saying, try to buy certain things from other shops, whatever. And we do what we can, how we can, in the ways we can. Okay? We're being realistic about it. But if everyone does what they can, or millions of people do what they can, because remember, we have the numbers. Okay? Everything they did to skew that test means we have millions upon millions upon millions more on our side. Don't forget that. Okay? We way outnumber them. Not a little. Not by 1.5%. By like 10, 15 plus million. They are far outnumbered. And it's time that they see it. Okay? Which moves on to the next one, which is support. This is for the people who feel like they can't participate in the other things, including protest/fight. And I'm actually going to go to that one last because that's kind of the complicated one that we really would need to strategize around. Support is for the people who are like, maybe I can't stop working. I can't boycott. I can't staycation. I can't leave. What I can do is, and again, this is where it's safe. If you're in a place where it's not safe for you to wear a shirt or put a sign in your yard, then don't. Okay? Gosh, for the people who are going to come in the comments and go, I can't do that. I don't feel safe. Then don't. I don't want you to not be safe. But if you're in an area where you can show support, then do it. Wear the hat, wear the shirt, put a sign in your yard, a sign in your business. Let people know that we are here and that we outnumber them. Okay? That is important. Remember, we have to speak their language, and they speak team. They don't understand policy and empathy. These are people who want cruelty for cruelty's sake. They believe their deity loves cruelty, and they're all about being on the winning side and being the cool, exclusive, cool kids group. All right? So we take that away from them. And we are not wearing our gear because we worship a person. We are wearing our gear to show solidarity with each other and to show them that they are outnumbered with all their flags and hats and everything they've been buying for the last 10 years to show how proud they are of their cult. We, the patriots, the real patriots, are showing that we have the numbers and we are fighting to protect American life. The current administration has no regard for American life, as it has been shown via this air collision, as it has been shown via their federal freezes and everything else. They're literally traumatizing and terrorizing the American people intentionally. Okay? They are causing harm. People are taking their lives. People are losing their jobs. They are endangering American life on a large scale, and we are the people who want to stop it. We are the patriots fighting for American life. Do you hear it and understand? Okay? This is our mantra. This is our brand. We are protecting American citizens and American life. That is phrasing that gets to them. We are not the defenders of the marginalized. That's woke. And they just put it in that bucket. You understand? We have to change our whole approach and speak Mad Hatter. Our whole brand has to be something Mad Hatter can digest, which means we have to take it down to that second grade level for them. I know my IQ is dropping too, but we got to do it because it's the only way this works. We'll get through it. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's going to be another part to this. Hang on. We're going to talk about the fourth option.